The homes that line Baywood Court in Seargent Bluff look pretty similar at this time of year, with one exception, 510 Baywood Court. But before the Great House Family Light Show comes to life, there's work to be done. Lots of it.
It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming even every year as I go down to the basement and I look at the stuff and try to figure out how am I going to set this up? Where do I start?
For Jay Greathouse,
which one's a positive?
It's by reminding his wife that he'll be preoccupied for a few months.
Come September, she becomes a widow because it's sort of like my free time is all spent on the lights, and she's like rolling her eyes at me like, what are we doing this weekend? I know what I'm doing this weekend. It's lights.
2021 marks the 5th year Jay will entertain thousands that stop and drive by his animated music and LED light show.
It probably goes back to the youth helping Dad set up Christmas lights as a kid, and that's how the whole thing started.
Unlike Santa, Jay has limited elves to call on.
I start testing the lights and see if they're working, hooking it up to the right controller, and that's the way I start. And then I slowly go through all of it, then I get into the groove.
The details that come before spreading joy to the masses.
The uh-ohs happen all the time, right? Got looks like some shorting happening. I gotta figure out where it's coming from. I have 8 or 9 controllers in the show. The brain would be the computer itself. The controller is sort of the electronic device that then tells the lights when to switch on and off. Once you put it on the house, you got to retest it again to make sure it's working once it's up on the house, because sometimes it tests fine in the basement, gets up on the house, it doesn't work.
A warm start to the holiday season,
There we go.
has given Jay something else to be thankful for, a clean work surface.
These controllers have power and then the networking cable that goes to the computer that tells the lights to go off and on. Every single one of these controllers have that, and I create an entire computer network on the outside of my house effectively. Last year, this one was hanging over the back of the house in a storm. I probably lose a couple hundred lights a year that I got to change out in the middle of the season.
Have you got extra life insurance, Jay?
I do.
Jay's planning 20 songs this year, making up 4 or 5 10 to 20 minute shows.
The other day when the 50-mile-an-hour winds were happening, hearing and listening to all this stuff bang around was starting to freak me out.
And there's plenty to bang around.
I think I have about 7,000 lights, individual bulbs, which are not that many when you think about people that put up a lot of just regular Christmas light displays. You don't need that many lights when you have the ability to change and blink them on all the different songs. It's the equivalent of probably about 100,000 actually, yeah. This is what it should look like. So that's all of that out there to this.
Jay flipped the switch on this year's Yuletide Spectacular last week.
It can be stressful when you get 500 cars in a single night. Usually the Saturday before Christmas is the busiest, or Christmas. We'll do theme nights again, so if people want to come multiple nights.
While Santa is guaranteed to dust off rooftops for many years to come, this holiday happening likely won't.
My wife is already hinting at how many more years can you be up on the roof carrying those 80-pound sandbags. I mean, it's 2 or 3 more years of this, and then it'll probably have to retire the show, which is sad, but you can't do it forever.
And when that happens, Baywood Court won't be the same.
Come on.